了之后又跟大家见面了。刚才麦克也说了啊，因为他讲的这个信息量呢比较大一点，所以呢我们抓重点呢跟大家来解释一下。其实说1000到1万，在这边生活呢，第一要安全，那不单是我们的人生要安全，同时呢，你的财产也要安全。因为我们有的时候被诈骗嘛，就心情特别的灰暗，感觉在这个国家呢没有办法去生活下去，因此呢，你会仇恨这个社会，然后仇恨这个社区，所以我们不希望这种事情发生。我们希望所有的人来到第二故乡呢，都能够安居乐业，舒服的在这边生活。那现在呢，我们跟麦克再了解一下。这个关于诈骗这些种类呀，到底有哪多？其实很多。Mike, let's discuss about this thing happened to the community. Not only happen in Chinese community, I think happen to all the society. So, what kind of things you guys doing most popular? Those things happen.
I would have to say that the mass marketing related. Incidents or investigations are probably the most prevalent. They're the most that come across our desk.
Come across, yes.
Yeah. So, and when I say mass marketing, I'm saying things like what I just mentioned, the advance fee loan scam. There's the CRA scam, which is the Canada Revenue Act. It's their agency, individuals posing as members of the CRA and telling individuals, oh, you owe a tremendous amount of money and you have to pay now or the police will come to arrest you. And what they're asking for are ridiculous means of payment through like gift cards and other ridiculous methods. So these things they're reaching a mass amount of people using technology, using the internet, and so the most common would be those. We also have things like mortgage frauds and then member benefit frauds where individuals are utilizing their benefits at work to make a deal with someone who's a service provider, and then they get a cash payment. These sorts of things. Those things are rather prevalent as well.
刚才麦克说的呢，就是发生在加拿大。最比较普遍的 popular 的就是经济诈骗案。那么经济诈骗案呢，当然呢就跟我们的税务局有关系了。有很多人呢接到电话，大家一定要注意啊，是接电话，而不是我们有一封信给你。接到电话呢，说我是税务局的某工作人员，然后呢你呢欠税务局多少钱，你要买一个 gift card 给我，这 gift card 要多大的金额，或者是你要现金的这种交易。所以当我们接到这种交易、接到这种电话的时候呢，你一定要留意，这就是诈骗电话，因为加拿大 revenue 呢 ，Canada revenue they won't call you, right?
Exactly.
加拿大这个税务局呢，他们不会给你打电话。如果有什么正式的东西呢，他会给你发一个 letter， 发一封信。这封信呢是灰色的纸信，那里面呢有这个正上方有加拿大的这个我们的国旗标志、枫叶标志，下面呢是来阐述到底是发生了什么样的事情。这封信呢是我们这个税务局应该发出来的信。所以呢，不论是打电话，或者是有一些人穿着警察的服装来到你家门口来敲你的门，告诉你犯了什么样的事情，然后你要跟我有一些交易，在资金方面有交易，大家一定要注意呢，这就是我们的经济诈骗案。所以呢，这些事情在加拿大目前来说呢，发生的比较频繁，我们一定要注意。另外呢，我们还有一个事情呢，我就是相当不理解。There's another things happen to people who live in Canada, happen in Canadian, also Chinese community everywhere. The people wearing your guys' uniform, and then they also have the number here, everything here, the page, everything, and then the belt. They said, I am working in which the station. So you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. That people also happen. Also, sometimes they drive the car, the officer's car, not officer's car, the car have alarm. So it stops you in the middle of the road, and then they give you a ticket. They give us a ticket, and then they're telling us you're speeding or whatever.
Individuals impersonating police officers?
Yes.
Okay, we don't encounter as much of that, where there's an individual who's gone to the extreme of having a uniform, the same as ours, or to that regard. But in any situation similar to that, or where you have a circumstance where you believe this to be the case, and a person's impersonating a police officer, there's certain credentials that an officer has, the badge number, the uniform. I would say get yourself, go online, be familiar with the uniform that's being worn, ask for an individual to present their credentials. They have a picture ID that is provided by the police if you truly believe that this person's impersonating a police officer. But quite readily, we are readily identifiable, and I think if someone who is posing as a police officer, I think it's pretty obvious that they're not police.
Yeah.
And if you need to verify identification, just call the station where you're at and do it that way.
Yeah, before you do anything, just call the station.
Yes, call police. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with verifying, but it's pretty obvious in a lot of circumstances.
It happened last year because we also do the morning show. We talk about that. The guy stops a car in the Highway 401, and then he says, "You're speeding." And then the guy said, "I didn't really speeding." And he said, "Well, whatever, just give you a ticket." And also the guy asked cash. So that's
that would
why.
never happen.
Yeah.
An officer will never receive cash at scene. We have a justice system, and these individuals have an entitlement to bring their case to court, to argue their case in court, and never is there a finding of guilt roadside. So if anyone posing as a police officer asks for payment right away, you know that this individual's not a policeman, or whatever it is that they're conducting, whatever efforts they're conducting are unlawful.
So that's a fake 哈。刚才我们这个讨论的这些呢，就是在去年发生在401高速公路上呢，一辆警车呢，它里面没有外面的这个警车的这个拼图，但是里面的装置不论是电脑啊还是上面的 alarm 呢，它都有。然后呢，他截停了一辆车，这辆车呢，他告诉他你已经是超速驾驶了，所以呢，当时要跟他要 cash 要现金。那当时这个司机呢没有给他，但是这件事情已经上了新闻。所以刚才呢，麦克也告诉我们，如果你遇到这种事情呢，你做任何事情之前呢，一定要打电话去警察局来问这个人他的编号到底是有没有这样的人。所以呢，我们不要被这种比较表面的东西所欺骗了，大家一定要注意啊。另外呢，在这个诈骗种类当中呢，有非常多，我相信呢，我们可能多多少少都能接到过。我也接到过有美国来的电话，或者是另外加州来的电话。所以当你不认识这个电话号码的时候呢，我们一定要注意呢，要提高你的警惕，不希望这种事情再发生。那麦克，我们再来说一下。Let's talk about you guys have meeting or conference very frequently, like frequently, like you have the concert.
Every 2 years, yes, we have
every 2 years.
A financial crimes conference of which the Toronto Police we hold here in Toronto. It's an opportunity for individuals working whether within the private sector or within law enforcement to meet, gather, network, and share ideas, share information, education about latest fraud trends and different other things. I actually just most recently was in Vancouver for the IFCI conference, and throughout that conference, I'm able to speak and communicate with people and learn new trends and new things, such as like technology and the dangers of technology and how individuals feel safer than they are. Which would bring me to the point of public Wi-Fi. It's something that you have to be wary of. Public Wi-Fi is an avenue. If it's public to you, it's public to someone who wants to do a fraud or a scam as well. So I would suggest guarding against some public Wi-Fi, as well as just whatever you do activate or use or access while using public Wi-Fi, just be sure that if you want to access it, understand that someone else could easily be accessing the same information that you're looking at. So be wary.
刚才麦克跟我们说的，大家一定要注意啊！我也遇到过这种情况，也 happened to me too. When I go to the mall, whenever the Wi-Fi is automatically come out. 这个就是我们大家去 shopping 呢，或者是说你在外面的时候呢，一定要注意，我们这公众的微信公众的这种这个联网系统呢，它能够给你联网，它也能够给那些黑客联网。所以呢，这个为了个人的安全呢，我们的手机安全方面呢，不要轻易的上我们的公众的这种联网系统，这个也是经常会发生的一些事情。Let's talk about attack, like the people doing the internet or whatever attack the information, the big group. Last year or year before last year, the Canada Revenue attacked by some people, and before I think a few months ago, Loblaws, all the information, the customers' information attacked by those people under the table. So if the things happen to us, like now we buy things, we go to the mall, buy things, and those people always, those sellers always ask the information or some of the information. Of course, we're not going to give the most important things. But if this thing happened to us, what should we do?
Well, most recently we had the Equifax breach, which is scary, but it's the sign of the times. It's not exactly my area of expertise, hacking and sort of technology or tech crimes, but just understand that your information is held in databases and they are susceptible to the elements of criminal activity or those individuals who want to obtain it. It's scary, but given that is the case, in the event that your information has been breached, I personally have a subscription to one of the credit agencies where I every month receive an indication of if there's been any attempts on achieving credit or getting credit in my name, and that I suggest is something that you should probably look at. And in addition to that, when you realize a store is trying to obtain additional information about you, email addresses, postal code, just different. If you're not comfortable providing the material, then you just say no. It's as simple as that. You're not compelled to provide any of the information about yourself.
刚才迈克尔也说了，如果你觉得不舒服，给他们你的自己的一些 information 呢，一些信息呢，你就告诉他我不要。多么简单的一件事情啊！不过现在我们先稍微休息一下，广告之后再跟大家见面。